Welcome to the show. WSG Radio, Mad Max Radio, Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max. As you all know, Tahmell joins us here tonight. So how are you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just finished getting work, some beats and all that.
I saw you were working on some beats earlier. Is that for an upcoming project?
Yeah, for a bunch of different things, just making sure I stay on it. Having some things in the catalog, you know what I'm saying?
So you just dropped your debut album, Home. How do you feel about it?
I'm excited about it. It's my first debut studio project, and I'm definitely feeling good about it. It's everybody's loving the sound, the vibe. A bunch of people got a few different favorites off of it. It's definitely a good thing so far.
My favorite is I Rap Too.
Yes, sir.
I like that one.
Yes, sir.
I like everything that's barred out. We live in this time now where, in my opinion, rap has been just watered down.
Yeah, word. Yeah, that's a fact. It's a lot of they worried about melodies and all that right now.
I don't like the melodic rap.
Yeah, word. It get boring after a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Now, do you live in Connecticut?
Yeah, Stanford.
Oh, you live in Stanford? Because I'm from South Norwalk, Connecticut.
Okay, that's what's up. Word up. I be out there all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're in Norwalk a lot?
Yeah. One of my right hands live out in Norwalk.
Yeah. Now I go to Queens, St. John's University, so I'm out there a lot now. I'm doing this from my home studio. So, how long you been in Connecticut for?
For years. I went to school out there. After high school, I started doing. I had went to the Bronx for like 5, 6, 7 years. I was out there for a minute. I just recently went back to Connecticut.
Now, when did you pick up the pen and start writing rhymes?
5, 6, maybe. When I really tried it out myself.
Was your father your main inspiration?
Yeah, it played a big part. There's a lot of other things too, different elements. Like movies and certain stories, how they made and told, and paintings, things like that. So it's a lot of things that sparked the creative.
What's he said about the album?
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. Word up. He was proud.
That's important. What are some of the things that he taught you in regards to rhymes and putting a song together?
I say it really wasn't so much as far as how, but how to approach. You gotta live to write. You can't write to live.
What do you think is the best song off of Home?
Best. I say I Rap Too was the hardest, one of the hardest joints on there.
Who put the album cover together for you?
My personal graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah. She do a lot. She do a lot for other artists too. She just started. You know what I'm saying? She just got into it heavy, like 6 months ago, and been rocking ever since.
You plan on releasing any visuals for any of the songs?
Yeah, I got Ballerina out right now, and then I'm following it with Not Enough within the next couple weeks, and then I'm gonna just keep dropping a video every month or every couple, month and a half from here on.
How long do you plan on letting home sit out so people can listen? Because I know in this day and age, everyone likes to drop something continuously.
Yeah. Um. I mean, I'm working on my next project already. Um. It's almost. I say it's almost pretty much done next month. But I got a bunch of singles coming out. I got a lot of things coming for people to hear. So hopefully this will keep the album flowing for the next few months till like November.
Did you produce all the tracks on home?
No, no. But my brother, he did the last track. Thank you. He produced that one, and then the next project is just me and my brother production.
When did you start producing? Because I know you're a big producer on Akai. I saw that on your Instagram, the Akai drum machine.
Yeah. I mean, I always love making beats, but this is now. It's just I started going heavy maybe 4, 5 years ago.
What was the hardest thing in learning how to produce beats? Because I have an Akai MPC and I have to learn how to store it. I really haven't had time to really sit down much with school and everything. But what's the hardest part of moving forward and creating a beat?
Um, I say bouncing it out in the Pro Tools
Mm.
because going into your old stash, old beats you made, you might not have the same drum sounds that you had before, and they might not pop up when you export your tracks. You know what I'm saying? So if you open up an old project, you probably gotta throw some new drums on there or something, so you'll have your drums imported with your sample, but your sample will be there. But that's the problem I've been having so far.
What's your opinion on the production in hip hop right now? Do you think everything sounds the same?
I feel like there's a lot of people chasing the same sound. Um, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of high ups putting out the same kind of music, but I think the production in hip hop period is it's real broad. It's a lot of different sounds. It's a lot of different feelings and vibes. It's a lot of different emotions. It's just really what the artist do, honestly, because not all beats that you hear people rapping on, it might not be as best as it could be with a rap on it. With a rapper on it, it might be better with an R&B singer on it, but you never know because they already did the song. But
Yeah.
um, it could go either way. I think the production is good. It's fun though.
I know your father's probably schooled you on hip hop right now. So when you listen to what he created, then you listen to what you created, and you hear the music out today, do you think that there should be subgenres of hip hop? Because I look at what you and your father are doing, like your father did, and what you're doing, keeping it real with the lyrics. Don't you feel as though that there should be two categories?
Um, well, I just think people need to understand what hip hop is and what rap music is.
Mhm.
It's just it's two different things. Hip hop, there's cats breakdance beats, there's people listening to a certain song when they spray painting on the wall, there's people doing certain things with certain tracks. That's that's hip hop. The rap songs that people play, listen to in a club and dance to and all that, that's party music, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to really say what song is hip hop and what's not unless you really feel it. When you feel it, then you know that's hip hop right there. It don't really matter the sound too much, but everybody know what hip hop is though.
Yeah. Because I look at a lyrical artist. I was having a conversation on one of my shows the other day. I said, I look at Dave East and A Boogie. I say Dave East is hip hop, A Boogie isn't. But then some people got mad at me when I said A Boogie wasn't always the king of New York. But I'm like, well, Dave East, he represents music you make lyrically. And then
Yeah,
A Boogie's out here with his melodic sound. And I'm not a fan of that.
yeah. I mean, A Boogie hip hop. He's a R&B singer. Well, he sings R&B now. That's what he do now. So it's hard to say if he's hip hop because he's singing. So yeah, Dave East is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Boogie. He R&B singer. He like R. Kelly or something. Not I wouldn't say R. Kelly, but he R&B singer.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how rappers are just so melodic nowadays, and they're considered rappers.
Yeah, yeah,
No
they
one has any bars anymore. No one. It's there's not too many out there.
yeah, especially the new people coming up. They like I said, a lot of people stuck chasing the sound that they heard that they feel like is the wave, or just because they friends in the car play it all the time, they want to do a track like that. That's all that is.
Do you think the industry played a role in basically ruining the real elements of hip hop of what it is, the lyrics? You don't even hear it on the radio anymore, which that pisses me off.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So so it's all people in charge. You know, a lot of the labels they got a lot of young guys in charge now. It's not the older people. It's not the people who grew up in music. It's the people that went to school and learned how to do the business side. So now they going all about numbers and analytics and all that stuff. That's what that is.
How do you think we can get that back? Because I think you're going to be the one of the ones to lead to get the lyrics back into the mainstream. How do we get it back there?
We need more. I guess we need more of the pioneers to get in position and start saying what music is going out. Or like Nas, for instance, Nas got Dave East, so putting out hip hop. So if we get more people like Nas, it wouldn't matter what them other cats is doing, as long as we have that balance. All right, well, I'm gonna listen to these 4 or 5 rappers, other than I only got Dave East to listen to, or I only got, what I'm saying. So as long as there's more people putting out more hip hop, that's what it is. They scared to put out hip hop because they want to chase that sound.
I know you've been tuned in for a while to hip hop as your father Rakim. Like I said, it's probably schooled you on the game and just growing up and now being a hip hop artist yourself. What year would you say that things started changing for the worst in regards to the real hip hop?
Um, for the worst, I don't think change is the worst. It started changing though in the 2000s when 50 and all them came out, but it changed from conscious to gangster. Even some people doing gangster rap in the 90s, it was just more of a conscious era. And then 50 and all them came out, and it became gangster rap. And then now is drug rap, is money rap, and in the next 5 years from now, it's gonna be they're gonna be talking about floating houses word, cars that they could keep charging while they driving. They're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff. So but it just it all changes. It all changes.
I hope it changes back soon though.
Yeah, I hope there's more people that start putting out music they feel. You know what I mean? That's really what it is.
I just got to see the DJs in the industry do better, do their jobs.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, you're right.
I don't get it. I mean, people complain and they say, that's not the sound anymore. But I think it is. I think there's an audience for it. It's just getting blocked out.
Yeah, like I always notice, like when you got a artist that's been out or come out with a second album or second single or second time round, they only have something where it's an old school remade sample. It's always that the remake song that's their biggest hit, or the hit that got they next joint going, or it's always a hit with a break beat in it. that's out. It's always hip hop elements. It's just there's nobody that's bringing all of them elements together in one song no more.
I feel as though the elements, when we speak about the elements, just seeing how everything has evolved. When you look at DJs now, back in the day, there were vinyls. Now we're working with electronic turntables. So there's DJs out there that use a laptop.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then
Push your
for
buttons.
instance, you see your picture that I put up for the flyer. We don't see graffiti. Graffiti was a big thing used for hip hop. We don't see
Yeah,
that
word up.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. When the last time you seen cats breakdancing in the video?
We don't see it anymore.
Word.
The clothing has changed.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Everyone with the skinny jeans.
Man.
You
Yeah,
never
they
see
all got
anyone wearing
separate.
overalls. You never see anyone wearing Kangol anymore. All you see is
Mm,
skinny jeans and a tight, like
yeah,
medium shirt.
word up. Yeah, that's all they doing now. That's all they doing now.
Trust me,
It
because
definitely it's gonna take somebody.
I've had people tell me like, you dress like someone from the '90s. 'Cause I still wear baggy. I wear baggy clothes because I'm a '90s hip hop head. At the end of the day,
Mm,
I don't.
yeah,
You're not going to see me wearing skinny jeans. I had DJ Chuck Chill out on my show. Shout out to him like a couple months ago, and he was just telling me he just doesn't understand the new kids' culture out here.
yeah. It's a different language. It's a different language. It's like back in the days when we was like, yeah, son. Everyone was like, what, son? Not your son. What? Now it's I'm lit. I'm lit. People like, what? You what? They don't. It's everything is just changing. It's just all language because of the younger kids is coming up with new stuff.
The
You know what I'm
thing that
saying? We just
confuses
gotta.
me is that I have sat down with some of these drill artists, trap artists, and I'll ask them, what's your biggest influence? And they'll tell me, oh, I love DMX. I love Biggie Smalls. They give me a list of all these lyrical rappers, but they don't sound anything like it. And they call themselves hip hop artists, rappers.
Oh wow.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That's bugged out to me too. That sounds like someone else is telling them, nah, you gotta do songs like this. And then having like instead of them just like, yo, I'm gonna just do this because this is what I feel like is hot. They just doing what's in. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And that's they camp, that's their team, that's the people they surround themselves with.
Now, being that you live in Connecticut now, what state are you repping the most, Connecticut or New York? Because you're originally from Long Island, New York, right?
Yeah, I mean I'm repping Connecticut, New York, Jersey, tri-state, the
Tri-state.
whole state area. You know what I'm saying? When they ask me where I'm from Long Island, live in Connecticut. I always say Connecticut. I'm trying to put Connecticut on my back. At the end of the day, whoever's in Connecticut that rap, like let's do something, especially if they moving and trying to make it something happen because ain't nobody from Connecticut come out that really is is Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple people that shouted out Connecticut, but they was they straight up New York people. But you know, it, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The only time
Word
I've
up.
heard Connecticut in a rhyme was Raekwon's incarcerated Scarface, Peace, Connecticut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Word up. Yeah, Max B, he bigged up Connecticut a couple times.
Yeah.
Word. But yeah, we need some Connecticut broadcasts that really make it. You know what I'm saying? On and people be like, oh, I don't want to be on the radio. Look, don't just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do your thing. Everything else will fall into place. But there's people that's trying to do too much. They trying to be on the radio. They don't even got a backing. You know what I'm saying? That radio shit is a whole different lane. Right now, we got the advantage with the Spotify's and the streams and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Being that you're from Connecticut, well, you're from Long Island, you're living in Connecticut now, do you feel as though that we're held back here as artists because we're just drowned out by New York?
Nah, it's just that see now this is what I be trying to tell people and understand, like New York, even though we right around the corner, cats in New York is hungry, man. People in Connecticut, I don't want to say they lazy. It's just that New York, they live a certain way, so they have to live a certain. In Connecticut, you probably have a couple different options and choices, so it's a little different. So yeah, there's more coming out of New York because there's more really trying to come out of New York. People in Connecticut, people from New York is moving to Connecticut. What they trying to come out of Connecticut for? You know what I'm saying? So it's a different mindset in Connecticut. We just need somebody out here that's gonna be like, yo, I'm out here. We doing it. Like that you really here out there doing it. Oh man.
Who are some other Connecticut MCs that you know?
Um, I know my man Big Stat. He was on the album with me.
Mhm.
He from North Connecticut up in Hartford area. I got my man Killer Mac. He from the town. He from Stanford. Um, and then my man Yukon Black, LDJ. My boy Skis. That's a lot of Stanford artists too. I'm naming. Um, but yeah, this is and then they don't only rap. They got clothing lines out. They got they got all kinds of things out, other things going for them. So that's why I'm like, we need to put Connecticut on the map because there's a lot of multi-talented people out here because of the opportunities and the options. Certain people are taking advantage of that. We just got to put the light on.
Now, for their clothing lines, what kind of clothing is it? It's not skinny jeans, right?
Nah. So one of them is Gazoon tight, and it's my cousin's joint. He got band, and it say Gazoon tight on it, and he got sweaters, he got sweatsuits, he got short sets, he got he got a whole bunch of different hats, hats. He even got the goose down leathers with the fur with the hats that cover your face and everything. He popping. Word up.
Where can they follow him on Instagram or check out his clothing line?
Gazoon apparel. It's just regular. You spell Gazoon tight the regular way. In apparel, it'll pop up. It'll be a little bear. Once you type in Gazoon tight, you'll see it. It's the only Gazoon tight out there.
I want to get into your experience of performing for your father Rakim and Eric B. Eric B. and Rakim.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope. That's like doing stuff like that is like why we watch basketball and football and wrestling or whatever they watch. It's that adrenaline when that rush comes because the crowd going wild. Like that's addicting right there. That's the best part. That right there is like you want more of that. That's what you get when you perform with Eric B and Rakim.
Where was the biggest place that you performed with them?
Um, the big I think it was the House of Blues in Chicago.
Okay.
The biggest place.
House of Blues.
Yeah, in Chicago.
I saw the picture of you and Lorenz Tate.
Yeah, that was a Denver show. We joined out in Denver. We
It
came
was
out.
obviously pre-corona.
Yeah,
Right?
word up, word up. Yeah, you're a cool dude.
You say anything about your music or your performance?
Nah, this was before that came out. And,
Okay.
yeah, that was like a year ago, maybe. They was just shooting the last season that we saw of Power. They was just shooting that.
Okay.
Ghost came Ghost. Omari came through and all of them. They was there too. Yeah, it was
What's your favorite Lorenz Tate film?
what's that shit called? Truth to the Game or some shit he had on Netflix. I forget the name of it though. It's a recent couple years old.
I like Dead
Yeah,
Presidents.
that's a classic. That's a classic. He was in so many joints though. You don't even
Yeah.
remember like which ones he had the big roles in because he was in a lot of joints.
Menace to Society.
Yep, yep. He was in a lot of joints. Um, shit. Don't be a Boys in the Hood. Was he in that shit too?
No, I don't think he. No, he wasn't in that one. He wasn't in that one.
Hmm.
He has a lot of movies though.
Yeah, word up, word up.
Insane amount. I read the article Hip Hop DX that they wrote about you, and you were exposed to DJ Premier, Nas. So what was it like working with them, or just getting any knowledge or tips from them?
I mean, just being in the room, being in the same area, watching them create. I was able to be in the studio when Premier did the was it the Alicia Keys New York State of Mind. I met him that yeah, it was dope watching him find samples, go through the crates, pick something out. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. Um, but things like that though, you don't look at it for who it is. You look at it for what's going on, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much that it was, oh my God, it was DJ Premier. It was like, yo, we just took that sample, chopped it up real quick, threw some drums on it, put the DJ Premier scratching and the extra sounds in it, and you like, yo, that's fine there. Because you just watch the whole thing happen, everything you've been hearing all your life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's ill right there to me. Especially when you go on like when I go to shows and like Fat Joe come out on stage and do Make It Rain, like that's ill right there. That's ill.
Will you be working with DJ Premier on any tracks in the near future potentially?
Um, I don't know. I say I could be working on tracks with DJ Premier in the future. Word up.
Who are some artists that you're looking to collaborate with in the game?
Um, 50, Alicia Keys, and I like Meek Mill's energy. I'll do a track with Meek.
How do you feel about his latest album, Championships?
Fire, fire. Or he did his thing on that.
What's his best album? Would you say it's Dreams and Nightmares?
Um, I mean, I hit a growth in him, so I was introduced to him off his first album, but listening to his last album was real dope. But what was that? The one right before he got locked up. Um, damn, I can't think of the name of it, but it was right before he had got locked up. He had some joints on that one too. But those two, that one, the one out now, Champions, and then that one.
Dreams are worth more than money. The one with the
Say it
red
again.
cover. Dreams are
Yeah,
worth more than
yeah,
money. Yep,
exactly. Yes, sir. Exactly. Word up.
that's the one. That's the one right there. One of my favorite lines off of the album is how you flip the Godson line. They're saying that you're God's son
Mhm.
with Nas. I always wondered that. Why did Nas call himself God's son? I did my
I mean,
research on
now I've been around. I've been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the studio with Dad way back in the day when he was young. So Nas been around. So when you see things like that first, yeah, you could do that.
but you're the real God's son, like he said.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Word up, word up, though. Nah, I
What's your
mean,
view? I'll
it'll
continue.
be it'll be dope to do a track with Nas one day. The Godsons or something. But until that.
He better do a track with you. He did a track with Lil Nas X. I wasn't happy about that.
Oh, snap. Can he come back from that?
I don't know. That was terrible. I don't know if 50 can come back from that 6ix9ine song that he did either. Even though he did come out against him when he snitched, he can't go near him again. But can't be working with these artists. Akon did the same thing. He was working on Locked Up remix
See now, Akon is different than 50. 50 did his song before.
before. Okay, there you go. Akon's done.
Akon did his joint after.
Yeah,
Now Nas, he did his song with Lil Nas X after.
yeah.
so I'm gonna ask again. Come back from that?
Here's my opinion on that. I mean, I think he can come back. I want him to come back. But when you have Dave East going on Twitter, Instagram, and saying that hip hop is in a whack state right now, basically slamming Little Nas X, why are you going to make a song with this guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand it either. But we need to come back from that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Lost Tapes 2?
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
It wasn't something that was like, oh, let me go hear that. I think I was listening to Charlemagne the God, and he was like, he had played a couple records, and he was like, yeah, I'm glad this was Lost Tapes. And I was like, oh snap.
Oh my, he's a troll.
Yeah, then he played another one, and I'm just like, it didn't really, it didn't make me want to go listen to it.
What'd you think about the project he did with Kanye West?
I like that. That was dope. He had some bangers on there. Word up.
And then Nas came out and said that wasn't a good project.
Yeah, I heard. Wasn't he doing the project with Khaled?
He did a song with Khaled, Nas album done. I don't know if he did the whole project with him.
That's what I thought. That was the impression I was under. But then he came out with the Kanye album, so I didn't know what was going on. I
thought it was good, and then he came out and just didn't even want to own it, basically.
Yeah, the album was fire though. I definitely downloaded some joints off that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Nas can come back. I hope he comes back. But I want to get further into a Nas discussion because the topic that's always brought up in hip hop, the beef has been dead for years, but it's always being brought up. Nas and Jay-Z. Who do you think won?
I mean, Nas got back at Nas finished it with Ether. He finished it, but Jay was getting him though. If Nas didn't come back with Ether, it would have been over for him. But he came back. The Ether, he held his ground. You can't really say someone won after the Ether came out.
You can't. Then I get into arguments with people about where you put Nas and Jay-Z on the top 5 list. Who's better, Jay-Z or Nas? I think Nas is better lyrically, in my opinion.
When? Back then or now?
Yeah, back then.
Back then, I'll put Nas up there. But today, Nas, he signed with Jay. Jay is gonna always be above Nas in hip hop. Just off of that now.
He shouldn't have signed with him.
Exactly. So when you talk about Nas, you be like, yeah, but Jay. You're always gonna say, yeah, but Jay. No matter what.
Yeah. Big conversation I was having about albums, Jay-Z versus Nas. I have a lot of Jay-Z fans that listen to my show. I've had arguments with them. They try to say that Jay-Z has all these classic albums. What albums of Jay-Z's catalog would you consider classics? I'll throw 3 of them out there, which I'll say, okay, these are classics. You got Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint, and the Black Album.
The Blueprint 3 was fire too, though. And Magna Carta was fire too. Just because Jay switched it and still kept it Jay. Magna Carta was fire.
You're the first person to ever say that. Every Jay-Z fan I
Yo,
know, they're like, that wasn't a great album.
that's because they stuck on Jay-Z's old songs. They Jay-Z fans. They stuck on Reasonable Doubt still. They not even really caring about. I bet you they ain't even listen to the Carters. So it's like they don't care for the news Jay, but what Jay did when you pay Magna Carta was fire.
Mm.
Especially with what was changing with the beats and the sound of the music, and for him to drop, that was fire.
I don't like when people disregard Nas's discography either, because I think Nas has some slept-on albums. I say all the time, I think I Am is a classic.
Yeah, I Am, Illmatic, Stillmatic. He
It
had
was
classic
written.
albums. He had classic albums. Said though, it, yeah, but Jay got teams and all that shit, so it's different. You can't. Nas been had classics. Nas been had hits, but now it's more Jay than Nas right now. So you can't take away what Nas did, but you can't stop seeing what Jay is doing.
Lyrically, is Jay-Z the greatest of all time in your opinion?
No,
I like to hear that.
Jay wasn't a lyricist.
I like to hear that.
Jay-Z was like how Biggie, like he was a storyteller. Like they was fly with words, they was fly with explaining things, but lyricists, nah. You got, man, nah, not Jay. Not a lyricist.
Because I've talked to people about it and they think Jay-Z, I said rapping wise, he's the greatest of all time as a lyricist. I can name 5 other rappers that I think are better lyricists.
Yeah, I put Jada above with
Oh, what was that?
lyrics.
Kind of cut up. You put Jay over what?
I put Jadakiss over Jay with lyrics.
Mm.
And Jay is another one. Jadakiss is another one who's just fly with words, but he was way lyrical than Jada though.
I think Big Pun's more lyrical.
Oh, of course, of course.
Cool G Rap.
It's a lot, man. Word. Even shit. I like Buster. Buster was real lyrical. Buster was even his wordplay was sick, let alone the lyrics. Or AZ.
Oh yeah, AZ Do or Die.
Yeah, AZ was a beast. I was on him when I was younger. Um, Omega. Uh, Sure, you had a lot of beasts out there.
Big L.
Yeah, that was a problem.
KRS-One.
Yeah, I like K. He was dope.
Can't forget your father either.
Nah, man. He made the list. He made like he's John Hancock.
It's true.
Word. That's John Hancock. He made the list. You can't put him on the list.
One more. Big Daddy Kane.
Lyricists
Mm-hmm.
in your top 5?
Not top 5. You could go top
Oh,
10.
okay. I was just,
Top 10.
yeah, yeah. I confirm.
I think G Rap's better lyrically.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I done named like 4 or 5 of them niggas out of the game. Word though.
So let's get back to Home. What was the reason for that name for your debut album?
I recorded it on all of it. Recorded it, mixed it, all at home.
I think the versatility, the the production make this a unique album right now in hip hop? It's something that the culture needs. What do you feel as though this debut does better than all the hip hop albums that just released recently, and especially in recent years?
Man, I feel good if somebody was knowing what I was talking about, honestly. Because there's more work to do. If that's the case, that's cool. If that's the case, then it's like, all right, wait for the next one then. Word up.
What's the work that has to be done? You said there's more work that has to be done.
Um, Couple more beats. I'm waiting for a few from my brother. Like I said, it's me and him. It's another 10 songs. 5 beats from me, 5 beats from him, and then I'm gonna have my man Aguilar on that one, on that album. But yeah, this one's gonna be all of that that real hip hop sound.
Boom bap.
Yeah, word up, boom bap with a bounce.
Boom bap is the best production in hip hop, in my opinion. It's not trap, it's not drill, it's boom bap.
Yeah, word up, that's a fact.
I don't get what these younger kids out here are hearing in this new stuff, because when I turn on a Big Pun song from Capital Punishment,
Mm,
or just any other song from the 90s that was a boom bap beat, I get a different feeling.
yeah,
A Pete
yeah.
Rock, a Pete Rock
Money,
production beat,
power, respect. Money, power, respect. One of the illest beats they did. They had that shit was fire.
Locks, LOX.
Yup, word up.
On the album, you have a lot of sports references. The Houston Rockets in 1995.
Yeah,
Is that your team?
no.
Are you are you a Knicks
I'm
fan?
a yeah, I'm a Knicks fan. Nah,
Fan.
it, the 1995 it was more like Jordan's gone. Who's who's gonna come through right now? So that was the reference for it being the Rockets.
I wish it
Word.
was the Knicks.
Yeah, people, my man hit me was like, yo, 1995 is a dope song, but I'm mad you had to talk about 1995 and the Rockets.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, it
I
should have
was,
been the Knicks.
word though. I was like, yeah, kid, my bad. The Knicks did, they tried. Word though, yeah, that was a tough one.
You had a Pat Ewing reference on the album too.
Yeah, yeah. Man, sports is like it's like music almost. Sports is everywhere. No matter what sport it is, sports is everywhere.
So the best year. So what year were you born? If you don't mind.
88.
88. Okay, so you were around during the great Nick
Mike,
years.
yeah, I was watching Mike. See, I was a Mike fan though, so growing up, it wasn't really about the Knicks until I got a little older. I was a Mike Jordan fan, Bulls all day. I watched them come in and take the titles, retire, come back, take more titles, play baseballs, nigga play basketball, Bunny and all that. I watched all, so like the Mike was the man. There was nobody else. It was Mike. When Kobe came in, rest in peace. Nobody want to hit none of that Kobe stuff. Nobody want to hit it. Mike, just because Ivy bopped him or nothing, that ain't mean nothing. Mike still, they still looked at Mike crazy on the court. Mike was nothing to play with.
Mine is the opposite. I grew up watching Kobe Bryant, being a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I was born in 1999, and then is when I started getting to the Knicks from there. I'm a huge Knicks
Yeah.
fan. My best year as a Knicks fan was 2012, 2013. That's it.
That was Stoudemire and Melo.
Mellow, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They made a nice little run, Jeremy Lin and all that. They should have left Lin in there and let him play.
Yeah. And now they have no one. RJ Barrett.
Yeah. Now they got a Jeremy Lin Opal card. They keep playing around. Yeah, word. I'll be like, yo, man, I don't know why they did that to him.
Terrible.
Word. Yeah.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Who's your football and baseball teams?
I'm a giant Yankee fan. All New York.
Just like your
Yeah,
father, New York, you out there.
yeah, yeah. I wish they had some Connecticut teams though, but I ain't a fan of the Suns.
Yeah. We used to
Yeah,
have
they be losing.
the Whalers for
The
hockey.
who? Oh yeah, New Haven, the New Haven
Yeah,
team.
the Hartford or something, New Haven. I'm one
Oh,
of them.
oh, the Hartford
Yeah.
Whalers. Yeah. Yeah, that's that green and turquoise. They look like the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
If you had to predict when are the Knicks going to win their next championship, what do you think? When we're long and gone?
Sheesh. Um, what's this? What is this? What 2020? Um, I say about 10 years from now,
10
they'll win a
years?
chip. 5 years from now, they be chip contenders.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I think 10 years they might actually win that thing.
Did you
Word
play?
up.
I think when I read the article, did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, I played football, basketball, baseball. I wrestled a little bit, but football and basketball was like the main.
You were quarterback?
Running back.
Running back.
Yeah.
What was your best game?
Um, my best game was against was it Wilton? No, Darien, the Blue Wave.
Oh, and you beat them, right?
Yeah, I had the game winning touchdown and all that. They put me in the paper. I had like I had like 120 yards off of like 12 carries. I was killing that, 2 touchdowns.
It's always
I
good to see
scored the
those
only
prep
two
boys
times. Yeah.
giving a loss.
Word. Word up.
Darien,
Yeah,
Westport, Greenwich.
I played for West Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
West Hill. I went to
we wasn't
Trinity in
bad. Yeah.
Stanford, though.
Oh man, we got in so many fights with Trinity. I'm
I,
surprised they still put them on the schedule.
I hated Trinity. I hated Trinity because I wanted to go to public school, but my parents wanted to send me to private, so I ended up going to Trinity. Even though I was from South
Yeah.
Norwalk, I had to commute. I had to take a bus to Stanford.
Oh
Every
dang. That's
hated
crazy.
Trinity. Hated it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You had to wear a
Word.
uniform.
Oh man. How was that though? How did that change the way you came out of that? Like as far as what how did you adjust to that after school, coming from prep school?
I was always myself. I always had to wear the stupid uniform, of course. But
Hmm.
on dress down days, when I went in there with jerseys. I wear Pat
Yeah.
Ewing sneakers, Air Forces. So when we had the
And
dress down days,
not to cut you off, but I asked you that because that's hip hop. You can't tell nobody else, oh, I'm a hip hop. Nah, you hip hop if you still stay you no matter where you at and what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Hold up.
I didn't let that school change me. That's for sure.
Hold up. That's a fact.
Is there anything else that you like to get on here to the show tonight?
Um, nah, man. Just if you ain't hear the album yet, go cop it. It's on all platforms. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, all that. Title, Google, Amazon, all that. Home. Go get that.
One last question I actually have for you because you've been around so many industry people with your father being Rakim. What's your craziest industry story that you will
Flavor
never
Flav
forget?
is bugged out. Yo, Flavor Flav is bugged out, son. That's
Yeah,
it. That's all you need is that right there. That's the craziest industry story ever. Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Bugged out. He done fell off. He done fell off like 5 stages, tripped over like 9 speakers. watching that live, you'd be like, oh, he get right back up, keep doing it. Like, yo, didn't he just fall? Word, Flame bugged out.
Flavor of Love. Remember that show?
Yeah,
My God.
He was a character.
He is. He's a
Word up.
legend, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight. You're always welcome. I got your album in the rotation on my personal station as well, Mad Max Live 365.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, bro.
No doubt. Anytime you need any promo, let me know. And when this whole coronavirus pandemic is over, I'd love to have you up at the station so you can freestyle.
Yeah, facts. Definitely do that.
We got to do that. Maybe even get your performance up here.
Yeah. I can't wait for that to open up.
Yeah, I know. Everything's shut down.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here like I'm wondering what's really going on. Like, man, once that open up, it's everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm knocking on the doors. Yo, y'all got a performance tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm on the bill. Word.
Oh man. Yeah, hopefully when everything opens back up, we get you down here. Like I said, you're always welcome on the show, and tell them where they follow you on Instagram and all that.
Word up. You can follow me at official Tahmell on Instagram, Tahmell G7 on Twitter, and just Tahmell at Facebook. Find me all over. Word
And
up.
there you have it. Tahmell, thank you again. I want you to stay safe and take care, all right?
Yes, sir, man. Likewise.
No doubt.
Peace, NY.
Yes, sir.
All right.